Hi, my name's Lizzie and I'm 28 years old and I'm from Cornwall. So I've always lived in Cornwall, like I've grown up here, my family's from here, like I'm not really a person that likes to sort of venture too far away from home, so I'm a very homely person, so I love Cornwall, it's quiet, exactly the way I like it. So life as a tall girl growing up was difficult because everybody was much smaller than I was, particularly the boys, and obviously being such a tall girl as I was, it was made me feel very insecure. I'd often walk around quite slumped down because I just wanted to blend in with everybody else and I just felt very different, but different in a bad way. My family are tall. I mean, I would say my great-grandparents are where I get my like excessively tall height from, but my parents in general are like not as tall as I am. My mum's only 5'9". I didn't start to embrace my height until I was in my late 20s. Well, for the most part, it wasn't until I was sort of on TikTok that it made me feel more included. It made me feel like even though it was different being tall, I just felt more myself here. I felt like being different was a good thing. So I began social media back in 2020 during lockdown. I thought that I joined TikTok for a bit of a laugh, and I never even imagined that I would grow as much as I was, or that I'd end up monetizing a niche through here and on an extra page. So I went viral in 2021 last year from a video of me walking through a doorway, which blew up to having 7 million views and gave me a massive amount of my following, which was 500,000 in 3 weeks. So a bit of a backstory about me is when I was growing up, obviously as I mentioned, I was always quite shy, underconfident, always seeking validation to things in my past. I had some bad relationships and I just never really knew who I was or what I wanted in my life. And then I think finding social media gave me that kind of realisation as to who I was and what I wanted. I mean, I started off, you know, taking one route which was focusing on my height, sort of empowering people, and that side of things, and then due to, again, poor circumstances and relationship, I veered down another way where I was being drawn into the industry of corn content, to which I'm now turning back around again and back to monetizing my niche. And I just want to share that message that if you are doing something that you don't want to do, or you're feeling pressured by something, there's always a way out, and you should always weigh up your options and anything that you're not fully made aware of the consequences of doing so. I think with social media, I think people don't always realise like how much pressure there is. There's the constant comparing yourself to other people, wondering if what you're putting out is okay, second guessing yourself all the time, making mistakes but making them publicly, saying things, potentially contradicting yourself, putting things out and just unsure of how people are going to receive them, just always thinking that step ahead that you're doing the right thing, especially when you're trying to influence other people. You want to be authentic and genuine, but sometimes you don't want to share too much because then you fear that people will judge you or that they'll make you feel worse in sort of situations that you're in, so you're just always not sure how much of you should share. So it can be, you know, it's a journey, and you know, we're all learning every day. So being a mum and being on social media can be difficult because, you know, as many people are aware, just being a parent in itself is difficult. I mean, balancing the time and just everything that comes with being on social media and all the things that I've done over this last year. I mean, I did a documentary with Channel 4, I've been in the media, papers, etc. probably about 6 times. I did a dating show, and I'm doing a few other bits which are coming up which I can't mention at the moment. It's just been many things. I've done 2 magazines. It's just all been crazy, and then obviously trying to balance that around being a single mum, and then obviously I took a direction away from TikTok, which I was monetizing, you know, making money through TikTok, and then I veered on to doing an extra page as many do, of which was initially around my height, and then obviously I started to go down a bit more of a darker route, which I'm now pulling back from as well, which for me and for my kids also, I think is the best option for me going forward. This isn't to slate anybody that does it, this is more the side of saying I did it and it wasn't for me, and I think the scary thing with that is many people that do it don't know how to get out. So, you know, there's many people that are in this situation and they're thinking, I don't know how to get out of this, what's the exit plan, I've already made this decision, I must stick with it, how do I sort of get myself back into sort of society again, will I be accepted? And I just want to show that that is possible, even being in a top career as myself. I'm aware that obviously I can go on and I can monetize my niche, but there are many other ways that people can monetize themselves where they don't have to do something which is crossing a boundary that maybe they don't want to cross. And for some people, I know that that isn't a problem, and that for some people they're happy to do that, and that's okay too. This isn't about saying that the industry is bad, it's about making sure that you're making an informed decision for yourself, and you're not doing something that's going to make you feel too far out that you don't know how to swim. So I just thought I would do this to just basically share with you guys a little bit of an insight into me, and just on a brief of like what I've been through, and I hope you guys continue to watch my journey. I'll be sharing with you guys the ins and outs of the side of OnlyFans that I've been doing this last year, and all of my journey on TikTok. I'll help you make informed decisions with what you want to do, whether you to go forward and doing potentially OnlyFans or anything else that you want advice on with regards to growing on social media. And I just want to be that empowering influencer that I'd set out to be, and encouraging women to embrace things that make them different, to believe in themselves, to think that even if you are in a dark hole, you know, like myself, I've had many things that I've gone through, which I will also be sharing, just to show you guys that if you are in a situation and you feel like things are never going to get better, that if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve and you can do anything. And even if you make a decision and one day you want to say, this isn't for me, it's okay to take a new path, it's okay to change, we all evolve, we all learn from our mistakes, and we all move on, and we can do anything we want to be.